Hey traders, welcome to the stream, mixed bag stream, where Bitcoin held on, man. Really bad things were happening, and then Japan raised its max interest rates from 0.25 to 0.5, doubled them, but it's still like micro rates. But that made the Japanese yen explode, wrecked the US dollar, and I guess that made Bitcoin pump. It all happened at the same time. I mean, these things were occurring in real time last night, maybe 22 hours ago, 21 hours ago, and it's been number go up ever since for Bitcoin. You did create a bullish engulfing candle. That was confirmed. Really nice. Still above 16.2. Alligator blood, of course. That's typical crypto stuff. It's like, you know, just before the bottom falls out. Nope. One more time. Look at this. Total market cap. All right, man. You got to like, you got to engulf bullishly back above the previous cycle top. You fell below it with a candle close confirmation and then immediately rejected that, right? You immediately got right back above it. So it is not a bearish breakdown, right? That yesterday's candle doesn't count. It's not real. Forget about it for now. So you're back to fruit fly status, I guess. And that's it. Buyers defending the level, man. For all of crypto. I mean, really, you look at most of the cryptos, it doesn't really matter. You know, this candle today, some it's more important than others, but that's where we stand for now. Okay, we could go to quad screen. As you can clearly see on Bitcoin, dead middle of the range still. You were down at 16.2, now you're at 16.8. It doesn't matter. Like, you're still just stuck in the middle of a range. Ethereum, the exact same situation. You know, you were at 1154, 1150, and now you're at 1200. Still dead middle of a range. XRP was getting closer to that bottom, but it never saw it. But still middle of the range. And then here's your BNB that, you know, still it's below its range, right? The same range all these assets created. BNB fell below it because of, like, you know, more FUD and stuff. Like actually bad things going on, and it's rallied really well off the lows, but still, as you can see, exactly where it was yesterday, man. No change. No change. How am I changing my mind? I'm sorry. What did you hear me say, Jakek, that made me change my mind? What even was my stance? Right? I mean, the green candle happened, right? I mean, like, buyers came in. Oh, but it really, like I said, didn't really change anything for the altcoins. It's not, is it really? It's new data, man. New data. You didn't collapse. Congrats, man. You're the same price you were at November 10th, November 9th. In fact, you're at the same price you were at in November of 2020. You're at the same price you were at on Bitcoin January 2018, December 2017. Same price 5 years ago. That's it, man. You were sideways. You're stuck in a range. I don't know what you would want me to say here. This is mind-numbing, okay? An asset for the greater part of, I mean, going on 6 weeks, stuck between 15.5 and 18.1. He's always changed his mind. He's just trolling now. I don't even know what you're talking about. I just went live and told you what actually happened, and that's as far as it went. These things happened. Nothing happened. Up marginally from yesterday. Gold had broken supports. But gold mooned today. Broke resistance, broke that 1800 level. Is really nice. And so if you break 1800, you could be going to 1900. Ethereum bullish engulfing candle, but below the critical support resistance area, right? 1220. Didn't even test 1220. So, well, no, I'm sorry, didn't test 1260, but definitely tested, right? Yesterday, a back test of the dead cat bounce from 2018 as resistance. Still in the downtrend. Still no higher highs. But for now, is trying to put in maybe a higher low than the previous lows from November. That's cool. Same price you were at November 9th. Same price Ethereum was at in June. Wow, what a nice market, man. That's it. It had a good day. And the good day wasn't enough
Happy
to break it
holidays,
above resistance.
bull or bear support the stream. Thanks Mitch, merry early Christmas. Can I ask for Troy/used for a later day like Friday? I'm out greeting card shopping, thanks for all the knowledge.
What's up, chicken man? Thank you, dude, yeah. Yeah, Troy, we can look at Troy, sure. Absolutely, you're out greeting card shopping. Yeah, man. Thank you for watching, supporting the channel. Absolutely, dude. Where it's just, man, look at this. I mean, it's just... no real movement, man. I mean, since the crash. It's just crazy, dude. People forget, like, I mean, we were in markdown phases, before the markdown phases, right? You were, like, consolidating and you dumped. And we're just now in this point where the assets have lost so much value. So much value has been lost that now it's just a lot harder to push the price lower. It just is. The sellers, so many have left. The market's become so illiquid compared to where it was. It's just, you're just going to get sideways action for half a year. Half a year of nothing getting done. Just up and down, stuck, same way. And then all of a sudden, 6 months later, you're at the same price. Nice. Okay, so we look at BNB, I guess. That, hey man, there was a support that I went to. $220 and it bounced off of it, and that's it, right? I mean, breaks 258 and then goes to 220 and then bounces and is now 250 and technically engulfed, I guess, but you've just been shopping around, man. I don't see how this ends well. Like, in time, I think wherever the rally goes, it's going to end up being lower than $315. It'll make a lower high and then roll over later, and then probably eventually break 200 later. Why is my Nikkei alert going off, chat? Oh, the Nikkei. Well, remember what the Bank of Japan did. It's not good. I mean, for, you know, their equity prices. And look at this. I mean, this doesn't look bullish to me. We go back to 2021. You confirmed a top, and then what happened? A sign of weakness, a lower high. Distribution November 2021. Then a lower low than your previous lows. And then from March of this year to now, 4 or 5 lower highs than all the other highs. So you could understand here, way less market participants involved in the Nikkei than before, and that is trend reversal stuff. You can almost look like a head or a left shoulder head, right shoulder, and then a neckline. Is it like 25,583? I think that's pretty bearish. Yeah, so have another alert set up. Yeah, I don't think this is good at all for this. I don't think, like, you know, interest rates going up in Japan are good, because it was like one of the last places that had ridiculously cheap debt. And it's still really, really low compared to other places, other banks, right, around the world. But still, you're doubling from 0.25 to 0.5. That could be a lot of money for, like, you know, someone trying to get seed money for a tech startup or something. I don't know, right? So I don't think it's good for equities in the midterm. So let's just see what happens, because the Nikkei looks like it's going to be testing this level soon. And if it breaks it, then easily going down to 24,220, right? Old peaks from 2018. and pre-COVID crash highs, which the stock market, all the index funds have gone down to, well, at least the Russell 2000 did. So you think this would catch up in time? The trend has reversed here, I think. Yep. That's right, veteran. Great song. So anyway, that was random. So let's look at XRP real quick. Sorry, getting back to the standard rotation of assets we look at in order, really. It's always interesting, right? I mean, this is one where it was dumping and it's still here. And I mean, if it pivoted, you'd get bullish divergence. If it did. One candle's not enough to really give it to you. So we need some follow through. We need to see a reversal. It needs to reverse here. And then you might get a type 2 return on the harmonic with the divergence. But I'm just, right, you got to be skeptical right now. I just don't think like one day warrants you like completely, like what a troll would say, flipping or changing. Nothing changed, man. There were multiple assets as of yesterday, you loser trolls, yesterday that were making multi-year lows on candle closes and price action. A lot of them. So what? Because we get a green candle today, like something changes? Not really. No. So that's your XRP update. It wasn't even it didn't even engulf. Then you got you look at Doge, that again, it just didn't crash. It went up marginally yesterday because Bitcoin and Central Bank of Japan and Bitcoin reacting off of it. Okay, don't think this warrants really any change in like how easily it would be to push the price to bearishly engulf this candle today. It's really hard to trust an asset that is now making the same lows. It already made its type 2, I thought, and it's like, why would it be coming back down to this level? I mean, if buyers defend the level again and it really starts running up to test this resistance, then maybe, but let that happen first, and then we'll talk about it maybe really being okay.
Just joined the Citadel, pumped to be a part of the community. Thanks for the education and ta. Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Zabugs, man. Really appreciate the $21 super chat. Wow. Yeah, you and Doubtful, both of y'all joined the Citadel today via Discord, and I really appreciate that. So Jesus chimes for y'all. Jesus chimes, man. You did it, man. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for joining the Citadel. The halls are vast, and that's why my voice is echoing, because we're speaking in the Citadel right now. All right, I'm getting out. All right, thanks. It was, again, Doubtful, and I don't want to eat the bugs. Kingsman. All right, we can look at Matic, I guess, because it's like maybe the next largest crypto out there. I don't even know. I just look, man. I mean, it made its lowest daily candle close yesterday since, I mean, either October 13th or October 2nd. Fell below the 200-day moving average. Maybe it's starting to diverge, but I don't trust it. The RSI is ugly. It doesn't look good. There is no divergence there. So to me, like, I mean, one day of green after carnage changes nothing, man. You're not at a strategic entry area for a long or short, because you're in the middle of the range, not the bottom or the top, and that's it, man. And then we could, I mean, you know, we were just looking at assets getting wrecked yesterday. Why y'all so obsessed with my wrestling pictures from high school, man? They're out there, man. I mean, like, I think my parents have a lot of pictures at their house, but in my old Facebook, I couldn't recover it because I changed numbers a long time ago, and the email, like, expired because it was like an old University of Alabama email address. So it's like I can't access that account anymore. So there was some on there. But anyway. So Matic, and then what? Dot was one, and it's like, did anything change on Dot? You kidding me, man? No, nothing changed. No opinions changed. I don't know, like, what anyone's thinking. No opinion changed. It's just another day, and it's just a green candle. Didn't engulf, didn't do anything. And yeah, man, might start showing divergence on one oscillator. What's up, Tommy? Great idea, man. Almost as good of an idea as my Satoshi loafers idea instead of penny loafers. Patent pending. Yeah, dude. Still a target of 359. But what happens, man? What happens if DOT rallies to 522 and goes up 10%, or goes to 550 or something and just rolls over later? No opinions change. It's in a bear market. It's in a bear trend. It's broken really, really strong formal supports, and there's not much here. So maybe it does react off this one little level from November 2020. Okay, great, dude. Cool story. I mean, the trend is so bearish right now. Any rally is going to get faded. Any rally is going to turn into a lower high. That's it. So I don't even recall things after that, you know, like in market cap size. I don't think I need to put that, you know, like it's like wasting brain space knowing what's a higher market, you know, what's the, you know what the top ones are. Do I really need to know the ones that aren't the top? Not really. Okay, we can go to the S&P. $500. That's wow, dude. It didn't crash. The selling stopped today. Did anything change, man? As the trolls would have you believe? No, nothing changed, dudes. 0.1% up today. Great, so it can get wrecked tomorrow. Trying to hold, you are in the bearish control zone, 39.99 repeating, of course. All right, Leroy. Let's see. Is it okay, someone be like, is that a morning star? I don't know, man. Potential. If you get follow through tomorrow, maybe. That could take you to a gap fill, but dude, I just like, you got to just. We knew, man, this is the area where a reversal could happen. The reversal has begun, and it's not over yet. Dow Jones, still below 32,000 or 33,222 repeating, of course. Up 0.28% today. Whoa, man. Whoa, what a crazy day today. It's not on the index funds that was crazy. And there were some individual assets where it was crazy. And I'm thumbnailing, I mean, like Tesla, gold, and silver. Those are the big days, big things happening. So pretty tame day for index funds. Not spending much time at all on these, just looking at them. Wow, man, the NASDAQ composite. Buyers defended 10,523. They did. You opened below it, and then a rally ensued, and then by the closing bell, price was above September 24th lows, right? I mean, of 2020. Well, you did it, dude. Barely. Like a fruit fly, you did it. Bearish control zone still below 40. Yeah, to me, just bear market rally, really weak, underperforming. And Dow Jones, and you're up 0.01% today, chat. Oh, it's the meme, dude. It's the meme of the guy, the Wojak looking guy. Yeah, really. Or Bitcoin, same price as a day ago. Hey, he changed his mod, so it's like, what? What are you talking about, man? Huh? Okay, IWM, look what it did. Okay, so there's an inflection zone. Yeah, and it's a zone. You want to see why I have it as a zone? Because it's a couple different peaks. There's one peak from 2018, and then there's another peak before the COVID crash. Oh, that's it. So, fell below. the top of the zone yesterday with a bearish engulfing candle. And today what happened? A formal, as of now, until tomorrow, just stupidity happens and we just break above it and moon, man. Okay, cool story. But today, it was confirmed with a candle close that the old level from 2018 is now resistance. You have flipped to resistance. It was one time support. May, a couple times it was support before a little rally, scrub rally, loser rally, but if it was hey man, it was resistance before in 2018, look what happened to it. Well, it's resistance again for now. Follow through tomorrow would be good, to see, because you want to see it 170. I think that's the bottom of the zone, and below 170 is where really bad things are going to happen. You'll probably see your lowest lows of the entire bear market when you fall below 170, but that hasn't happened yet, so okay. But you can't just fail to break supply lines so many times, fail to break inflection points, fail to break 200 moving average, whatever, all of it. You can't be in the bearish control zone at the same time now. I mean, God, so bearish stuff right now going on these index funds. One day changes nothing. In fact, on this one, it was a green day, but it only did something really bearish on the green day. Wow. Okay. Tesla. It was ugly, man. It was disgusting. Down 8%. Yes, after hours, it's up 1%. Who cares? You were so close, man. There was a gap fill at 136. Didn't quite test it. I think that in the coming days, it'll probably be tested right here. The date of November 16th, 2020. And that's the lowest price you've made. Gap fill. There's another one. Way lower. You got, another gap well open at like August 2020 at 91.68. That'll happen probably eventually if you give it enough time. So that's where we are. You broke supports. I mean, below 180 was amazing because when you broke it, we looked at it the day it happened. Hey, man, there's documentation in the Patreon. Like, hey, man, the date of December 9th, $180 was back tested formally as resistance. But dude, 180, is that a random level? You tell me, is it a random level when you look left? When market participants defended that level in March 2021 and then May of 2021 before huge rallies? Nope, that's a real level where you can't be testing it as resistance because you could have the same outcome as you did in history. When it rallied, it goes the other way. And that's exactly what's happening. Just crashing after the formal back test. Like, since the formal back test, think about it. That daily candle closed, it was real, and it's like, let's see what happens if this is a real formal bearish back test. And Tesla's down 23.4% in 11 days. That's it. Pretty spectacular, if you ask me.
Appreciate you. Convince me to sell TSLA at 300 DT.
Well, Rob, man, I mean, everything was there. It was all there. I mean, come on, right? There was another time to sell too, and it was way up here. That's probably when Elon was getting out one of these two peaks. But yeah, dude, like, think about it. It was like it was a clear inflection point from 2021. You up thrusted once, sold off, then rallied again, and then twice, and started rolling over. And it's like that day, the date of September 22nd, it's over, dude. You're screwed. Because you confirmed what was once resistance is resistance again. You had very, very real bearish divergence, undeniable. It's a thing of art. This bearish divergence on the oscillators on that second high. And then you fell below the 200-day moving average. It was over, dude. It was over. Since then, since just using TA, you could have gotten out that crazy bat at the low of that day and you'd have been fine, right? It's down 52% in 3 months. Since that top. So yeah, man, thank you for watching, and this stuff that like I'm doing on stream, I learned this stuff, right, from sources far and wide, right, across the world. I went to the top of Mount Kilimanjaro to learn these things. I didn't make them up. These things just exist. And I'm just here pointing them out daily. That's all I'm doing. Okay? So, really oversold. You've just been oversold, man. Negative Momo building. We can go to the weekly on this. Well, remember what happened at the end of last week. You're breaking the 200-week moving average for the first time since 2019. Yep, October 2019. And look at the immediate follow through. That's serious problems. Where you are on the weekly, maybe this thing stops at 130 by Friday. If it doesn't, 111, 112, which is, these are not really good areas of support, man. They're jokes, kind of. In fact, like one time it was support ever in human history, October 26th. There was a low and then a pivot from there when momentum was insane, when the money printer was going burr like crazy, right? We were all like, hey, man, this is October 2020. Bitcoin, man. Holy crap, crypto. Insanity was about to go to nuclear levels, right? In terms of FOMO and mania right here. Well, here you are about to come back down to it. I just don't know how well this level is going to be as a support, nor 112, whatever. They're untested, really. They're probably jokes. You're at the lowest RSI you've seen on the weekly since May of 2019. This is predating COVID. That's how far you got to go back. It's before the COVID insanity. So, classic distribution, beautiful structure, right? The 3 falling peaks was confirmed really the week of November, the first week of November. It was confirmed bearish breakdown. I mean, you really confirmed it October 10th, but you spent a couple weeks just chopping around before rolling over. So, beautiful. Pattern identification, right? Predictable patterns on significant time scales can be really reliable. And let's see, it's performing, I would say, extremely well so far. You know, I look at Tesla, then I look at Apple, and I say, hey, man, it's like virtually the same picture, just further back in time. This is like Tesla, early November. Six weeks ago or so. The classic distribution's complete, right? The third one, oh wow, look at that shooting star reversal, incredible. And now, you're working on, by Friday, it's very real possibility you're making your lowest weekly candle close since June of 2021. And if you break that level, these levels are just not really strong. I mean, we'll go one at a time if you want to. We'll hold your hand and training wheels and just go, yeah, okay, 125, then 120, and then 108. But to me, I'm thinking more like that's a straight line up, and $81 could happen. $100 could happen. Everything on the weekly is set up for lower prices on Apple, on the oscillators. So it's ugly. And then since we're here, looking at these, Amazon officially is the first company in the world to lose over $1 trillion, I think, off its market cap. The company. So a big round of applause to Amazon doing what no other mega cap company has ever done in human history.
Please clap.
Okay. Here's your start on the weekly, I guess. Very bad. I mean, the RSI is at 34, so not oversold, just sitting at this inflection point. Caught a few bids today, was up 0.32%. Very nice, man. I guess you're going to be safe, right? If this level doesn't hold, it's another long way down, $67, $68, right? Below this inflection point. If it doesn't hold, 20% downside. If it holds, it could run up to 101 again. Sure. Problem is, you already had a weekly formal bearish backtest, right? 101.80 was backtested as resistance November 14th week. And now you're rolling over. And again, you are working on the lowest weekly candle close, my God, since March of 2019. That's about to happen in a few days unless a miracle from God happens, which I just don't see where the miracle occurs here. I mean, the level would have to hold and you have to catch a violent rally. Okay, that's where we are on Amazon. Dude, the largest e-commerce company in the world, it's about to make the lowest close in years. It really makes you think about this whole like dollar cost averaging, holding for the long term. I mean, like holding for the long term is terrible. Like for something like Amazon or Tesla or another one, right? What about like Microsoft? Dude, Microsoft's good, right? It's not, you know, quite as bad as Amazon and stuff, you know, but still in that downtrend, and you're just at those. I mean, recently, October 31st, you were making the lowest candle close since January 2021. So again, not near as bad as Amazon. Just looking at the mega caps. But look at this. Look at like Google. You know, I mean, October 31st made its lowest candle close since like January 2021. And look what's happening on this one. It's back below the 200-week moving average. In fact, regarded the 200-week moving average as resistance. Remember, like COVID crash low, buyers never closed the week below this very key simple moving average. The worst of the worst. Holy crap. And then here we are breaking it, rallying, lower highs, breaking it again. That's very bad sign. So at this point, all you can think about is, you know, maybe in time, deeper retraces, right? I mean, you're sitting at this 618 on Google, and then you've got the deep retraces at the 786, 7261, the 886, the full reset in the uptrend 6271, which is perfectly lined up with real support resistance. Like look, 2018, 2019, a couple times. That's the strongest support. So the 886, 63 bucks. That's probably a nice strategic area to maybe look for an entry, right? But until then, it's just really ugly right now. Okay. So let's switch it. Okay, I was spending some time on some equities. I had actually a lot of people hit me up talking about, could you spend a little bit more time on stocks? I get it, man. I love stocks, man. That's like that's where I learned all this stuff. Not crypto, dude. Yeah, we could, I mean, energy was the best performer of all the sectors on the S&P today. Good God, consumer discretionary is collapsing. If you want to see it, it's just like a tale of two different cities here. XLE up 1.51%, right? Major 886, global 886. Still above the 200-day moving average. No, not even close to threatening the long-term uptrend you're in. And that's it. And then you go to the XLY, which again, consumer discretionary, lowest, broke supports. I mean, like really did. Broke key supports from pre-COVID crash. Look, the low from June, you're below it, and the lowest daily candle close since July 1st of 2020, multi-year lows. And again, not much of anything until 124 here. So very, very ugly, you know, different sectors, like big difference in sectors on the S&P. Dow Jones Transportation also took it on the chin. Another, you know, like failed break of the channel, failed break of the 200-day moving average, failed break of a key inflection point from, you know, mid 2021 below it, and kind of definitely in free fall mode. I mean, there's not much here of support. All right, let's go to gold, because yeah, you did great, man. The black gate, we have gotten back above the black gate with a bullish engulfing candle, not just to back the black gate, right? Because the Mordor idea, right? This is a massive double top. It was a false bearish breakdown. I'm sorry, that happens. There were just not enough sellers to really accelerate lower prices. Too much demand. central banks probably. Broke back above 1682, ran straight up to 1800, and really, you know, I thought it looked like probably a good area for a pullback, but it's back inside that wedge up here on the 4-hour. But I love it above 1800. I love it above the 200-day moving average because you can see the historical price action up and down between 18 and 1900. You get a lot of that. Lots of up per second every day, man. Something else. All right, we're back. It looks like. No, we're good. It's just these things happen, man. They just do. Okay, so with gold, incredible candle today. Highest daily candle close on gold spot price since June 29th. Above the inflection point, above the 200-day moving average, back inside the channel, disregarding divergence, staying in the bullish control zone on the RSI on the daily. These are really good things happening right now. Look, I mean, look, the wedge, it had broken it and then got back into it, and now it's running. And so I'm cautiously optimistic on gold above 1800. Below it, I don't like it because there's not much of anything until 1682. But above it, hey man, 1900 could happen. I'm not one for being someone making predictions. That's just not how it is. I just know that there are key levels. Look at the 3 levels: 1682, 1800, 1900. Simple. You're back above it, and with an engulfing candle, sign of strength. Nice. Multi-month highs. Gold. Let's see if it can continue. You're in great shape right now, but still, it's still a wedge. We know how silver had been outperforming the crap out of gold because we looked at the gold to silver chart yesterday. Look at that, man. I mean, that's insane. You know, held $23. The key inflection point was regarded as support for multiple candles and engulfing and rallied, and you made your highest daily candle close on silver since April. And just continuing. So maybe $25. $24.84 would be next. We could look at this in log scale. And some people are going to call this a major flag of sorts, but I mean, you really do want to see this thing eventually make a higher high like than its previous major highs. I mean, breaking $26 I think reverses the trend. But yeah, for now, one support resistance at a time, and that was great price action. And you got to know that like gold and silver kind of in their own world. I mean, copper didn't really perform like that. I mean, it had a residual performance off of that, you know, but nothing like it. Is copper breaking above resistance? 200-day moving average? Nope. Copper's not breaking resistance, not making higher highs, not above the 200-day moving average. So, but it's not really a precious metal as much as like what, industrial metal, whatever, you know. This is so many use cases. It's not like the store value that gold and silver are. So it's the same but different.
Sup fam, can you take a look at Ford? Thanks you sir.
Yeah, we'll look at Ford. You want to look at GM too, Jorge, man. Awful, bro. It's terrible. Those car company stocks. Whew. Yeah, we'll look. So right, I think it's still bearish consolidation until something changes, man. I mean, it's like flagging. Okay, copper, then platinum had a good day too, but still I think below that level. Yeah, it's still below 1,030, 1,050. You really want to get above that. And then you really want to break that spot. If that happens, man, this could just be this massive flag or consolidation structure after, you know, bottoming out and at the COVID crash low. But I think like when you break 1,030, you just got this chance of seeing $1,200 really fast. History tells us, right? I mean, straight up and down and up, and then down, up, down, up, down. So it's all about can buyers absorb the supply that would get your price above for real 1,053. They've tried 3 times, it failed. But hey, man, you got an engulfing candle, and the buyers are not relenting quite yet, are they? Not quite. So you're just looking at your metals. Palladium didn't hold that 1850 level. Again, it's just not in the same category as gold and silver. And where it is, I think 1583 eventually, 1500. I mean, that's the next supports. Come for a back test 1853, but not really looking. Again, it's like gold and silver doing their own things, and they're doing some pretty nice technical stuff. We go to U.S. oil. We're going across the markets, man. That's what we do. U.S. oil, you know, it's above one part of the inflection zone, but below the other. It's not making higher highs yet. It's not making higher lows yet. It's not doing anything that would change your mind, you know, that, hey, man, the trend is reversing. Not yet. Midterm downtrend still until you reclaim previous highs, and then you put in higher lows. And maybe you break a supply line. Maybe you get above $78. None of those things have happened, so it's kind of tame day, 0.31% up. Natural gas, just casino, dude. Natural gas is this whacked out psycho casino. I mean, the amount, it's almost like you're looking at a crypto. We're talking, you know, let's just go with, you go 29% in 6 days, Jeffrey Yoon, if you're out there, and then you go up 29% in 6 days, and then you go down 29% in 2 days, 2-3 days, and then you stall out. You don't do much for 8 days, and then in about 2 weeks you go up another 33%, and then after you go up 33%, then you lose 41% in 13 days, and then from there, you know, you go up 32% in 7 days. And then from there, you go down and you lose 34% of your value in 7 days. So you're talking like 30 to 50% swings every week on natural gas. What other assets really doing that? It's in its own world of insane volatility, dude. It's crazy, okay? Like, you think long term, okay, well, during the winter months, with this cold snap coming, yeah, maybe up, but that's just not really how this stuff's trading, okay? Below 634, 608, you gotta not like it. I mean, are you kidding me? Did we just create this fractal? Look at this. I mean, do we have this going on? Look at this, look. Oh my God, hold on. I'm trying to mess with this. Gosh dang it. There we go. We're doing the same crap again, man. Are you really Momo shifting? And why is the 200-day moving average resistance now? Why are you below the 200-day moving average and below the key inflection point that is the most important level right now? You're below both of them, man. It's not good. It's not good price action. It's not what you want to see. I mean, it could be over. Like, it could be over for natural gas if this is how it's going, man. Look, the bearish 5-0, the high to low 50% retrace. I mean, it hit the 5-0 pattern completion zone. So we'll see how this bearish harmonic performs. Performing okay for now. Jeez. Jeffrey, what say you on this new idea of the Momo shift? Yikes. Oh, dude. I mean, there are other commodities out there. Orange juice, you know, holding strong. Orange juice is the future, man. Orange juice is the standard. It's the new store value. It's the new Bitcoin. Orange juice. Bitcoin's orange, and it's circular like oranges. There you go. Holding strong after completing a harmonic, and it's just performing so well. Like, I mean, there's just, where are the sellers? They're just not there. Too much demand for oranges, man. And same thing kind of with your steaks, your cattle. I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. Up here in Rudy Poo land, hasn't hit a 1618 yet, but it looks like you're about $1 away from the 1.618 fib extension here. Multi-year highs virtually every day, going back to 2015. You will eat the bugs. And then, of course, right, everyone was counting out Rice. Oh, it's over for Rice. And then, nah. And then, nah, you won't stop Rice, man. 3-day period. In 3 days, Rice is up 9.3%. It said 6 days, but I'm looking at 1, 2, 6 days because there was a weekend. Okay, whatever. 3 days of trading. You close the day here, and then 3 days, almost 10%. So, second highest daily candle close in years. You did not close above the November 25th high. But that's just ridiculous, man. Only making higher lows and only pumping. So, reaccumulation occurring on this ridiculous asset? Maybe. Lumber futures making fresh lows of the year, 52-week lows. It already broke support. We knew that. And it just made the lowest daily candle close since, looks like June 15th of 2020. So the consensus for the pros is they've been short. It's playing out really well so far. And other than that, man, I don't think there were really any other commodities that were sticking out that I had seen. Seafood was cool. I love seafood, what it's been doing. So, the brilliant spring back test from that level, and he's catching some fall though. Like, I want to see it. It'd be amazing to see it go up to like $84 to the next like major peaks and valleys up there. Just to, respect the levels and respect the spring back test. I like that. Up 1.72% today. Soybeans still in that rising wedge. But it's hanging on, isn't it? That's a beautiful structure, isn't it? In a downtrend, lower highs, lower lows, you're creating that. I mean, it would please me for a crash on soybeans just for the respect of this beautiful bearish pattern. This is like really, really pretty. I mean, it's actually prettier than the S&P's bearish pattern. But yeah, I mean, they're virtually the same. I mean, the same type of pattern. They're both bearish continuations, not bearish reversals. Gold was like a bearish reversal wedge, but you broke back into it, so. So the new day, Bitcoin's down $72. Did anything change? No. Still stuck in the dead middle of trading ranges everywhere except BNB. We think BNB, I think BNB is going back to 200, and I'm not one to call $40. Yeah, I'm not going to be the one to say that. I'm just telling you what's the next inflection point if $200 doesn't hold on BNB. $40. That's it. That's how it works. But yeah, like people like unironically like switched bullish after one day of Bitcoin doing what it did on the Japanese yen central bank news. And people like legit went bullish. It's like how do you change in a day when it doesn't? Did it make a higher high than the previous high? No. It just recently made its lowest low of the month of December. These things didn't. It was just. You can't go down every single day like Tesla is now, right? There's going to be up days and down days, man. But the problem is I'm live every single day, roughly, right? So the issue is I go live and, people like want me to fortune tell for some weird reason every single, what's the price of Bitcoin going to do today? That's not what I do. And it never has been what I do. Okay, what will happen the next 24 hours on Bitcoin? Tell us. Otherwise, we're going to come in and we're going to start trolling you. Okay, so commodities. I'll show you one commodity that's just, well, it's the strategic earth metals ETF that is, on the cusp of getting wrecked. I mean, this is, even talking about an extremely bearish wave structure, X, A, B, C, D. This is like canary. It's pretty much where the candle closes. It's like this. It's like a deep crab pattern. 886 there, the lower high in the downtrend that's already established. The 1618, amen, right here. 59, 60 bucks really. That's your target. Doesn't that make sense here? Look, you had this crazy run. The run ended. The downtrend was established. The bear trend is confirmed multiple times now. Testing and failing to break the 200-day moving average over and over and over. It's time. It's time for strategic earth metals that are rare to go to $70 first for a test. It's going to be a joke. And eventually you break that and you go down to way lower levels. And then what happens, man? You get one of those full-on deep retraces, right? This thing hasn't even made a 50% retrace yet. 618 to boot would be down here at like $64. Okay, so anyway, so this isn't like gold or silver, but it's metals, dude. It's the same but different. Okay, let's we had like 2 requests or something. Do that for you. But that's us going across the markets, man, right? We can look at, if you want to, we can look at the Japanese yen to the US dollar. You can see it. Moonage, man. But look what happened. It hit some level. There was at the bottom. My God. You go all the way back to, yeah, look, it was like a peak from 1986. It was a valley from 87. It was a valley from 89. There was a gap fill in 1990. And then, you know, it hit that. And then what a V shape for now. I mean, straight line up after testing that, filling that gap. You broke the 200-day moving average for the first time since, my God, February 2021. And you're above 7407, which is another inflection point from 2002. If you being above that long enough, you could very well see 8147. That's up and down, man. That's what you get when you're above this one level you broke. So it could go higher, man, for sure. But was there any kind of like consolidation structure? No, dude, the thing was like actually crashing, and we're not even kidding. There was no pattern here. It was just impulsing, and now it's reacting violently. The upside, the news, they're defending their trash currency. They're selling U.S. Treasury bonds for their own crappy currency. But let's be real, all these fiat currencies are jokes, backed by absolutely nothing. Well, I mean, world reserve currency is backed by nuclear bombs and a military. But believe me, the enemies of the United States are chipping away at the strength of our military. By far, they are doing a great job of it. Is this a bull run? No. Okay, first, that request was Troy. Hey, Troy won their bowl game, man. Troy sitting at a key level with no bids. I mean, here you are. You want to be a rounder? Go for it, dude. You want to be a rounder? Here it is. 2.535 tenths of 1 cent. You're sitting here. But why hasn't someone really smart with a lot of money purchased the asset and made it moon yet? Why? And why did I have this one local level from October 2020, and on some crazy scam week day, a formal back test occurred? And now you're just sitting right here at the support and no one's buying. Again, I'm just like, if this doesn't hold, you have to understand what happens if this level doesn't hold. The asset loses like 42% of its value going to all-time lows from March of 2020. It's Troy to US dollar. It's Troy. It's not anything but a digital beanie baby. What's a rounder? A rounder is a gambler. And here, man, you want to round. Do your thing, man. Have at it, Hoss. If you want to go long in these economic market conditions, that are the worst we've seen since '08, 100%. And with all the FUD, who knows what bomb's gonna go off tomorrow in the crypto space or any economic space, right? What's gonna happen tomorrow? Oh, I don't know, man. CZ ended up, doing something bad and then crashed the whole market. SBF, okay. I mean, it's like every day. Didn't Ren was like tied in, like, they had all their crappy wrapped Bitcoin. It was all tied up with Alameda, and now at any given time, $15 million can just disappear. So, I mean, what's going to happen tomorrow? Like, that's the problem. There's just too many bad things that can happen still in this space, and you can see how well those negative catalysts act with the price, because that's all that happens. Sentiment, speculation, and momentum, the three drivers of the crypto market. So go for it, dude. Hey, man, look, the little trading view thing says sell. Okay, everyone's bearish, so do your thing, man. I guess you would be bucking the trend if you were going long here on Troy. Have at it, man. I just think, like, there are so many thousands of things in the world that you could trade. You could go long on or short on, and you're choosing Troy. I think that's crazy. You shouldn't even be looking at Troy, because there's just so many things with more liquidity and more volume, and people know about it, and there are things out there with intrinsic value. They have a working product, and man, there are entities out there that can prove to you that they make money mathematically. You could put your money in those things, but you're choosing Troy. No one even knows what Troy is, dude. Decentralized University of Troy, South Alabama, they were talking about, or the ancient city that got wrecked by the Trojan horse. Okay. But dude, it's a working protocol that blah, 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 blah. That's all 18,000 coins have the same use case as Troy. Right? 18,000 cryptos. Mission statement. Well, you just pull up one crypto, it's all the same. Right now. Right now it is. Yes, it is. There are already like 3,000 plus cryptos that have failed. I'm talking like the chains have failed. That's what I read. Okay, we're gonna move on. I'm sorry. PCG. Pacific Gas and Electric Company. Another one that showed all this accumulation and then broke out, and it's just been on a tear. It's definitely been on a tear, hasn't it? Gotta love it, man. You saw these bought 2019 multiple times. Then the COVID crash, my God. And then a rally, and then the sell-off, and then buyers never let the price fall below 830. And then you were just stuck. There were just too much supply at 1243, so you were just range bound. But then, man, twice you failed. It's like, oh man, you sold off, but then pivoted and rallied, and it's like, it's virtually like this is a rectangle, and this was the partial decline. It's like if you started that rally, and if we were looking at this bed, then be like, if you see this top again, this range after holding and not seeing the bottom, that's big chance of breakout. You broke out, you even back tested for a good few days, that resistance as support, and you've just been going ever since. But now it's like, look here locally, oh man, it's like one high, two high, three highs. I bet there's bearish divergence. I don't know what the oscillator is. Certainly bearish divergence. You're diverging for sure up here. But it maybe is even stronger on the 12-hour, 4-hour. Yeah, I mean, that's bearish divergence. Look from this high, and then the highest high with lower levels than this high. And on the RSI, it just continues. Each high, lower levels. This is like 3 drives or rising wedge. No, it's almost like just like a channel. It's not even a wedge, really. But to me, when you look at this, This is where pullbacks happen, and that's okay. Pull back. Pull back, you know, from the high to low here. From this high to this low, nearing an 88% retrace. So it's really cool that it broke out and has been making higher highs, higher lows, and the trend could be reversing. But, all right, what is real TA? Real TA is not about fortune telling on where it's going. It's more about, hey man, are we at an area where it's easy to strategize an entry, set up a stop loss below the strategic entry, and then a reasonable level for us to take profit for a 3-to-1 reward to risk? That's the realist of real TA, and this isn't. We don't have that right now. Right? There's no discernible bullish edge at a strategic entry area right now on PCG, and that's okay. It can continue upward. Fine. Okay. It's nice though. It's really, really nice. I really like that it things are changing. It could the Wyckoff accumulation phase E right now of Wyckoff accumulation. Sure. So 1815, 100, you know, that 100% retrace. If you ever broke 1815, I think you'd see $25 because there's just really down, up, down, up, down, up, down. That's all that happens above 1815. That's where it could be headed if it breaks that ever. So, well, I guess you got earnings coming up in February of the new year. No, sugar made multi-year highs, Dr. Ganja. Multi-year highs on the diabetes today. Highest level since 2015, I believe. 7-year highs. Stupid, man. Too strong. Too strong. Sugar. SB. Let me show you real quick because I forgot. And notable ones. Like this was definitely one. It's right at this. Yeah. It's it doesn't look. It looks like it's just at the very top. But and maybe this is where divergence. You know, it's like one high and the second high. But man, what a strong close. And again, traders have not settled up at 2058 since, or above it since 2017. And that's where you are on sugar. It's also an area where you want to be monitoring it because it could reverse here. So it's trying to break out, but it's just right at the very tip top. No true breakout yet, but man, still very strong based on what it did on the close. Okay, next one. The last request we had was just for Ford. Motor company destroyed, holding on to a fruit fly support now. I mean, it's held before. I mean, this is certainly the level that was big reversal. 1120. You held it before. Look, it was a low from 2021. What a big run. And then you ran up to do what? Back test old resistance as resistance again. You tested the 200-day moving average as well. Then you dumped. And what'd you do? You hit the same level. Spring back test. What? Okay, rally ensues, but that dreaded 200-day moving average pretty much 3 different times locally rejected, rolling over again. So to me, it's more like you have descending triangle behavior. You have a buy wall with distribution. Absorption of remaining demand is going on. Each time, you know, all the bids come in, a rally ensues, but there are less market participants each time. It peaks out, it tops out at a lower price and rolls over and gets back to this level. And it's like, yes, you tested it again today for the first time really since mid-October. But dude, if this level breaks or when it breaks, easily going to 883, but there's just a wave structure here, right? You have the low, you're in the downtrend. You have the low, the high, then the deep retrace on B with the lower high on C. That always, if you're going to talk about it, it's a deep crab pattern.
Hi Mitch,
684
can you check
target.
WWE please? Thanks a lot.
WWE got the smackdown, finally broke a demand line, dude. Wow, finally did it. It was a bearish Golden candle a couple days ago. Yeah, we'll check on that, see how it's doing today, or how it did today after just getting wrecked. So this is bad news, man. 200 can't do that. You can't be making lower highs, lower lows, or the same lows and lower highs. It's rough, man. So buyers better defend this level. If they do, they then better make a higher freaking high than 1450. If they don't, I mean, this could happen. A miracle could happen where, oh, hey, man, we're doing it. All right, buyers finna get a lower high, and then it's like, then I have 3 You got the 1, 2, 3 peak, and then later, you know, so it's either sooner or later, I think you eventually break 1120 and go to 883, and we'll reassess at that level. Okay. WWE, SmackDown. World Wrestling Entertainment Connect. Yep, there it was. You technically broke the demand line on the 15th. And then bearish engulfing candle off of that, right? Rejecting it. But still so strong, man. Like one of the strongest individual stocks out there, you know, throughout all this. It's been weathering the storm so well. I mean, you know, above 68 bucks, you're probably okay. But just what an uptrend, man. What an uptrend, but like, you know, these things can come to an end. Like it's getting really like one high, then the second high, slightly higher high, very real bearish divergence. You've now put in a lower low locally. Your first one in a while, right? When do you ever make lower highs? It could be like one of these situations like here. It makes the lower low or about the same low and then rallies off that. So I guess it's like WWE is technically this uptrend it's been in is fine until it falls below 66.50. When it breaks that, I think it's over. And that's right around the 200-day moving average. It hasn't even touched the 200-day moving average since it broke it February 9th. Wow, beginning of the year. So it's been on a tear, but it's starting to do things that are, it hasn't done this. It's been so well confined, and now it broke it. But it's still okay until it makes a lower low. Then this low, I think. That's rare. You couldn't break 78.50, could you? 78.50 was very real. I mean, it's like a support resistance area back from 2019. If you break that, you could be going to all-time highs, $97, $98. Very real chance of that, but you failed twice. So that's the key battleground area, 78.50. You break that, could be moonshot. But until then, let's see where this bottoms out at, where it pivots. Or is it over now, you know? Jesus Christ, Marie. They're minerals. Hank Schrader, remember? $1.7 trillion, dude. Who are these people in office now? I don't understand. Republican, Democrat, they're not. They're just like global neo-communist, socialist, bug eater people. Like they're not representing American people anymore. Poor people and rich, middle class people. No one's being represented anymore. It's just like, hey man, we'll circumvent democracy and the republic and all that, and let's just spend money that no one has for what? More power grabs. Where's this $1.7 trillion going to go? No one knows. Like when does it come to a point where, I guess it'll never get to that point. We're at this point of weak men, weak times. I guess like people, we got to actually get a social ID, credit score, you know, whatever. That's got to get implemented, and then people got to start really getting jailed, and bad things are going to happen for people to wake up. Like it's not going to end like this where, you know, hey, we're seeing all these things happen. We know no one represents us anymore. They represent the global elite pushing their climate alarmism. Nothing will change until people start like getting arrested for, I don't even know, man. We're so weak now. Everyone's so like, man, I can't risk anything. I can't risk my job or my life, or, you know, I've got a family, I've got kids and a wife or whatever. No one can risk anything anymore. Everyone's too happy with that. So the tyrants are just coming in. They know that. They know no one's going to risk anything. They infiltrated social media, didn't they? Look what they've done. Look what the FBI did. Actually influencing elections with confirmation of evidence. So I don't even know how this is going to end, man. I really don't. You're asking about CL for like short opportunity. Man, it's like you clearly see the distribution, like insider selling. It's like, look at these two lower highs, then this high. It's like they're 886s, and then the crash, the lowest low since 2020, and then a rally, and then, you know, but you're kind of above like these inflection points from 2017. It's so choppy, man. Like directionality. What's that? I mean, like since, you know, I mean, since 2014, you're just not getting enough moves. The direction's tough. So I don't know, man. There's probably better ones out there. It's above the 200-day moving average, just holding above it. What a run. There's no confirmation high. Yeah, there's not enough variables that make it like a pristine, amazing trade setup. Like there's certain things you look for, right? All at the same time. This one isn't showing it. But yeah, man, if it makes it just another lower high, eventually it'll probably see 60 bucks again, you know? 2023 recession times, right? Yeah, government is so brazen now. They're at the point where it's just them saying you won't do anything about it. We're going to implement the most ludicrous, radical thing, and you're not doing crap about it. You're not going to do anything. And then like it's the government owns all the media now. They own them, don't own it all except Twitter. They owned Twitter, literally owned Twitter. And that's actual fascism. To control the narratives, control the media, control the masses. And it's just like now, it's like the government's doing it, and they say nothing you can do about it. And then the media, like all the legacy media that's been infiltrated by the global communist whatever, they come out and say, this is why it's good for you. This is why inflation's good. This is why you losing your job is good. Actual gaslighting, nonstop. Thanks, man. This is why, you know, Bitcoin's awesome, because Bitcoin can't be infiltrated by neo-globalist communists over the course of 30 plus years. Can't happen, man. It's like finite supply. Individual sovereignty. Yeah, I remember that, Justin. Yep. It made it to where like media could then just start, you could have, like the media is now allowed to actually just lie about everything and there's no consequence. Yep, that happened in like 2013. Yep. Silver, gold, Bitcoin. All right, that's the play right now, man. Based on the tyrannical trash loser governments that have been infiltrated and no longer represent our interests at all. Yep. Alphabet agencies weaponized to destroy people's, to the dissent, man. Get crazy, dude. It's absolutely crazy. And then the people that protested that in jail. Anyway, I can't go too far into this, but I think you'll get it. I think you'll understand. This is actually stuff happening right now. It's not fake. It's not a joke. It's real. But that's what happens when you fall asleep for so long. I mean, that's what everyone just fell asleep and cared too much about their own lives, cared too much about raising their own families, making their own money, going to work, and weren't activists, right? And so the activists that did their whole job, life, religion was enhancing the government, growing the government, making the government bigger, infiltrating the government, all the agencies. They've been doing that that's their life. That's what they've been doing. And now they're winning. They were winning so hard. It was a rout until Elon bought Twitter, and now they're coming after him. Bad. Like they're aggressively coming after him. And anyone that speaks up against him, like DeSantis now, they're trying, the legacy hack activist media is coming after him. Fascists call everyone fascist. Well, dude, again, fascism, it's a very easy concept. It's when the government shakes hands behind the scenes with corporations. That's happening with media, and there's now tremendous amount of evidence that's happening. That happened. Yes, and that side calls people fascists. The other side, right? Yeah. Anyway, so Bitcoin's just skating along this 4-hour 200 moving average. It's been doing it since it broke it earlier, for going on, what, we're at 10 hours, trying to hold that 200. Again, you get your coin out, you flip it. 17,569 next. You flip your coin, 15.5. You're in a range, man. Welcome to the middle of a range. It's not really fun, right? Traditional technical analysis is us understanding what inflection points are. An inflection point, 15.5. Inflection point, 17.5. It's the June 18th low. It's also here. You could also look at it like 18.1 is the top of the range too, right? This high, the first high, the automatic rally off the selling climax from November 9th, right? That's the top. Like, so in the middle. So this is a strategic area as well as this area. In the middle, absolutely nothing to do. You just got to wait till it gets to the top or the bottom. Twitter got paid millions by the government to censor and ban people on the White House's political opposition. Fascism by definition. Absolutely. Like, it's like insane though that the side that actually is doing that is calling the other side fascists, right? Hey dude, this guy like wants secure borders, right? Wants the drug epidemic to end. Loves the founding fathers. Oh, he's a fascist. What? Loves, you know, the Second and First Amendment. Loves the Bill of Rights in general. No other country in the world has the Bill of Rights. But that person that wants to preserve those things is a fascist, Brad. How is that even real? Projection. Saul Alinsky. Yep. And that stuff's still going on all the other social media platforms. Yeah, believing in individual sovereignty or a country's sovereignty is fascism. You know, that's what's considered fascist now. It's crazy. Anyway, y'all, thanks for watching. You know, been live for an hour and a half, really, and we've gone across the markets. So that's what I do, man. It's like once a day, you know, 6 days a week for the most part now in these bear markets. And yeah, gold, silver, Kangish behavior, Bitcoin showing a little life, total market cap, buyers defended the level for now. It's for now, man. For now, they have done it. Okay, they engulfed above 761, 763 billion, and that's it. Most altcoins are awful, garbage, trash, losers with no edge. Sentiment's terrible. But hey, man, we're back above the level for now. So people can rejoice if they want to. You did it, man. So get your Christmas shopping done if you haven't, okay? It's the if you haven't noticed, we've got the Christmas overlay in the back. And we've got less than 5 days now till Christmas. So get it done, man or woman. Do your shopping. So I'll be back. Till next time, respect, TA.